Sup, everybody. Thank you for tuning in today, and hopefully I get to keep you guys entertained. Sorry about last stream because I wasn't able to get it to happen, but as you guys can see here, I have something lined up. I didn't even know Abyss was changing, so I'm just kind of getting my teams ready for this iteration of the Abyss. I'm going to give you guys some tips, tricks, maybe, because on the first look at this Abyss, it doesn't seem like much different from previous iterations. Like, I just don't feel like it's going to be as, I don't know. On the surface, looking at it, the last Abyss seemed more annoying, but I don't know. I'll have to see. I haven't done it yet, so it's gonna be my first attempt. I know the Blessing of the Moon this time heavily favors Electro and Dendro units. Hence is why my two teams are constructed like this. This will be my team 1. This is Raiden Hypercarry. A lot of people can play Raiden International, which is also going to be fine. Not as good, in my opinion, because the Hypercarry one is primarily electro damage. So we'll see. Second team will be this one. So a mixture of electro in here as well. It's going to be like a Hyper Bloom team, right? Pretty standard, pretty straightforward. I think this is what a lot of people would be running as well. These are like the 5-star versions, right? If you don't have Nahida, you can play the Dendro MC, or you can just run Yao Yao and then run Xingqiu. And then for this one, you can run Fischl, right? If you don't like, if you have Hatham, you can run that. If you, let's say you don't have Kujo SC6, you don't have Kazuha, you can easily just drop this down to a Raiden International. And if you're using Xingqiu here, if you don't have a Yelan, then International kind of falls apart. So this is one of the reasons why I think Xingqiu, Yelan, they kind of coexist very well together, is a lot of these team compositions, you will start to see them having to run both characters, one for each team. And today, once again, I have food here. This is a tomato beef brisket stew. So with rice, that's what I'm gonna be munching on today. That's my food buff. Okay. One moment here. Let me just take one bite. First bite. So we got some tomatoes in here. We got some carrots in here. What else do we have in here? Beef brisket, obviously. Onions. That's good. All right. Honestly, I'm not even trying to be annoying or anything, or trying to be different. I honestly feel like this Abyss likely wouldn't be as hard as the last Abyss. But who knows, right? What the hell is going on here? Anyways, grab that. Grab that. Make sure all the pieces are right. Kokomi should be fine, because I almost never switch Kokomi artifacts. Right, like this. What is... Oh, that is what's going on. But yeah, Miko needs to run EM here, if I remember correctly. She needs Elemental Mastery in this team. EM. She might have to run some Sino pieces if I remember. Yep. Got this. And then maybe run like this. Not the best EM pieces, but these are like pseudo EM. Where is the... Oh no. I don't have a feather piece? Really? For my... Oh, here it is. And then for the cup piece, another EM. Ooh, no other EM goblets. Interesting. Should I just run electro damage? Do I have another electro damage cup? Okay, I'm already running one. Should I level up a new EM cup? Hmm. Let's see if we can level up another EM cup. That looks really yikes. That could be pretty damn good. Nothing else better. Alright. This is my off piece, right? Yeah, this is my off piece. Okay, let's do it. Chat, you ready? Let's switch on to this. Let's level this up. Come on. First one. Not the worst. Alright, not the worst. But there are two amazing stats it can go. Yeah, we're done here. We're keeping that at plus 16. Anyways, what were we talking about? Okay, let's check out this abyss. Let's check out this abyss. Enough with the shenanigans. Let's see. Can Raiden fulfill Raiden Hypercarry do the first half? I'm pretty sure she shouldn't have any issue. I'm just checking for any like. Okay, I hate it when I see Electro Slimes because they're annoying. Okay, yeah, you see Raiden first half is fine. Raiden first half is fine. Yep, totally fine. No issues here, no issues here. The Electro Slimes are gonna be a little annoying. Electro Regicide is gonna be fine. I think so, at least. And then come here. Raiden first half is fine. Raiden first half is fine. And Raiden first half should be fine. Okay, let's try this out. I wonder if we can do it first try. What do you guys think? What do you guys reckon? With this team, can we do it first try? Oh, no. Kokomi, where you at, girl? There you are. And who was the last one? Yamiko. There you go. Like, with this team, it should be fine. Unless I mess up some mechanic. Oh! I mean, this floor doesn't really matter what we get, does it now? Can I reach? Could not reach. I think maybe the lower floors, Venti might still be the better choice because look at all these monsters that are just floating around. If I could get on one side of them and suck them together, maybe Venti is still going to be the better choice here. Oh my goodness. Should I just ult? I mean, does it really matter what we do on these lower floors? It's not like... Wait, I think I have Kazuha on the wrong sword. I was like, there is no way I've used his elemental skill 3 times to not proc my sack sword a single time. Should we just roll with it? Probably doesn't even matter, does it, at this point? Don't worry about the rotations, people. It doesn't matter right now. I'm just going around auto-attacking. Is Alhaitham C3 worth it? I would say Alhaitham C2 is pretty good, actually. Alhaitham C2 is not bad. C3, I wouldn't say it's like worth it because C3 is just getting an extra couple talents, right? And honestly, to me, that's not justification enough unless the talent, the skill or burst that is so integral to the kit. Which I mean, for Alhaitham, both are important. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's not like they're not important. It's just that it's not a huge enough boost to justify that C3's price tag. Ugh. Alright, chat, don't judge me for the rotations or whatever. I'm really not too worried about the rotations right now. I'm just trying to slowly get chip away at these monsters. You guys might be wondering, Walrus, why aren't you using Bennett's burst skill? I don't know, man. Like, I'm just using primarily damage bursts. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing. Don't ask me. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not used to like waves of monsters anymore. A lot of my teams aren't even built for having waves and waves of monsters in them because a lot of these team comps are like idealized for, oh my goodness. A lot of these team comps are idealized for Abyss 12, which usually don't have insane. Come on, man. You really gonna be difficult like this? Oh, no, 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 no. I get a jellyfish? No! I didn't switch back in time. Anyways. Note to self, Kokomi jellyfish is the skill animation is too long for you to switch back. Oh. See, these characters, these mobs don't even last the whole combo right now. It just feels such a waste to even bother running rotations of abilities. Last two. I know I messed up. Don't worry. Don't cringe, chat. Don't cringe. I know. Believe it or not, I know what I'm doing. Okay. Believe it or not, I know what I'm doing. Okay. Oh, that's it. Damn it! I didn't check Yaimiko's weapon. I think she might have the wit Sith. Oh boy. I believe she might have the wit Sith. I wish we can just click a button and have the old team just continue running. Can we have an option to just keep running the next floor with the same team? Because it gets pretty annoying every time I have to come back and redo this. Where is what was I running? Kokomi and Yaimiko. And also, I wish we can change their artifacts and stuff here. I don't like. I want to change Kazuha's weapon, but I don't want to cut out. I don't want to go back out and come back in and select my team again. Wait, is this the same chamber? This feels like exactly the same as the first one. Let's see if they can survive the. Oh my god, this is such an overkill, but. See, this is a situation where Venti likely will be better than Kazuha. Venti was always better than Kazuha in these kind of scenarios. Look at how they position the mobs. They do it on purpose, right? Oh, that overload. Oh my goodness. The slimes, bro, the slimes. Usually Kazuha and Bennett will deal with it, but since my Kazuha doesn't have his weapon, it's gonna have to be Bennett. I feel like I'm taking longer on these early chambers than I would on Abyss 12 chambers. Like, no, for reals. I'm spending more time on these chambers than I do on Abyss 12 chambers. Anyways, let's see. Oh my god, it's gonna be so embarrassing if I don't get 3 stars on my first try for like oh no, my particles. I was like, what is going on? Where's my burst? Okay. I need another food buff. I need another food buff. Let me just get a bite. All right. Next chamber. I'm not gonna even really bother with these ones out here. Okay. You see, remember when I talk in my video and say how annoying this stuff is? Like, they spawn monsters on the corners of the room and then they just shoot arrows at you. This was pretty much what Abyss was like back in the 1.0 era. They did this a lot in Abyss 12 even. Until they realized that Venti completely trivializes that content to the bones, right? What am I doing? Let's use Nahida's Burst. I haven't used it in a while. Feels like quite the overkill every time I use it. Like that. Why did I use it? For their food buff? Hey Walrus, are you gonna play Hogwarts Legacy? No. No. I'm not a big fan of Harry Potter and stuff like that. I'm a weeb. Oh no, this is gonna be too easy. Okay. Relax. It ain't that personal. Like, chambers like that are just built to get demolished by Raiden, right? Is my Raiden C2? Yes, she is. So, a little disingenuous. People actually should be laughing at me if I can't first clear this. Now that they're all together. Where did she go? Alright, on to chamber 11. Finally, we're moving up slowly. Let me just double check the opponents again. Should I just run Venti? Chat, should I just... These two might be a little annoying. Should I just run Venti? Nah, no, we gotta keep the same team. Keep the same team. We said we're gonna try to one go it with the same team. Who was the third one? Bennett. And remember, we got Kazuha running on Dull Blade, right? And we probably have Yaimiko on the wrong weapon too, but it shouldn't matter. We might have some energy issues for Kazuha, maybe, but we have Raiden, so it shouldn't really be a problem. Coco me. There we go. All right, run it back. Let me just grab another food buff. Hmm. 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 Jason, welcome. Run Hutao? We can do some Hutao runs after we do the abyss. Once we beat it. Yo lads, relax. Dude, they're like on a trampoline house or something. See, it's always these bow users. Look at how annoying they are. Let's run it back. Woo. All right, let's try running it back. Trampoline house. There you go. That's the... We lost 14% though. We lost 14% on this thing. Okay, that's not good. That's not good. That is really not good. Okay, so this thing is targeting us, which is nice. Good measures. There you go. Okay. Thank goodness that last lava churl wasn't targeting the crystal. Doing any Chichi battery teams? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe I'll run a Eula Chichi battery team on her rerun. We'll name it Eula Chichi Battery 2.0. The new and updated how Dendro benefits Eula with Chichi Battery. Chichi Battery. Yo, we actually have to do that. Chichi Battery when Baiju comes out. Oh, no. I messed up. Or did I? I did. I did mess up. No, where's my particles? Now my writing just looks stupid. Man, I had a great alt angle just now. Had a great burst angle. What I mean, I played a little too much League. Alt angle. What the hell is alt angle? My goodness, this thing is invincible. I feel like I'm gonna kill them without a chance to even regen my burst. Yeah, so I'm not gonna use my Raiden's burst because I need it for my chamber 3. I don't want it to kill them and not be able to auto attack them, so my Raiden burst can't regen particles. Okay. Oh no. Oh no, I didn't think about this. I wonder how good Dendro is when it comes to dealing with this. Oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay. What the hell is this thing? Oh, let me out. My goodness. Yeah, but Hyper Bloom is just broken. This honestly, this thing borderline needs to get a nerf, or everything else should get a buff. Honestly, Dendro is just busted. Overall is busted. They're immune. Look, my C3 Raiden ain't doing crap to the electro slimes. That's what I'm saying. If Hoyoverse really wanted to mess with people, they can do it very easily. Like all our precious high constellation units all have a deathly counter to them. Okay, you guys are not you guys are not gonna get out of this one very nicely. What happened? What happened to the samurais? You tell me. I swear samurais have like they all have a Raiden debuff. Cause like, oh crap, it's the Shogun. The Raiden Shogun. You know, it's funny. Cause the great Raiden Shogun struggles more against like electro slimes than she would against like Scaramouche domain or something like that. It's funny. It's funny. Oh. What do I do here? Chat, help. I've never fought this thing. Did I even mark it? I thought I marked it. I did. Where the hell is this crystal thing? Wait, is it fallen? Oh no, it's here. Oh, brother. I've made a mistake. Does this work? Am I doing this boss correctly? I think I'm doing it correctly, chat. I'm just saying. I'm pressing buttons and it's dying, so I'm gonna just go ahead and say I did it right. Is it optimal? Probably not. Okay. Now this is what everybody's been waiting for, right? The infamous Abyss 12 that everybody's saying is harder. And I'm about to run in here with a Dull Blade Kazuha. Should be fine. I don't foresee anything going wrong with this. Nothing will go wrong with this. Alright. I hope you have to retry. I hope so too. I was hoping the Abyss content could at least carry the first half of my stream. Oh. But interesting they do it like this. They don't spawn all three at the same time. Smart, Hoyover. Smart. Very smart. Oh, and they have the Electro Aura resist. Ah. Very smart. Man, I really don't want to use my Raiden Burst again for this thing. Oh my goodness, are they running it one by one? Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I should have ran the other team first here. Wow. They're really doing a number on us this time. Okay, they really messing around. One by one. That's crazy. I think they anticipated. I didn't know they were gonna do us like this. Holy smokes! I think I might have to just go back out and try again with the other team. Where's the last guy? Holy moly! Oh. Hoyover's pulled a fast one on us with this one. Now I see why people could say like, oh, this is harder. Because it's not really that it's harder. It's just the way they're placing these makes it like really annoying for people to fight through. Especially people who haven't dealt with like the 1.0 era of Genshin. Damn, can I clear the second half with just like 50 seconds? Maybe. Maybe Hyper Bloom is just that busted. Who knows? Where are they at? And of course, they're gonna do it in waves. I don't have time to go set up my Electro, maybe, if I want to get the 36-star clear. But without Electro... Oh my goodness, I don't have enough time. Nah, I won't have enough time. The first half took way too damn long. Oh, bro, we might, here. Okay, so we couldn't one try it. I did not know that was gonna happen. Okay. Okay. First, let's get Kazuha. Before I forget. We're running this one. And Yaimiko. Do I have a EM weapon? That's the question. I do. Not that good though. So maybe for now we'll just stick with this one. Didn't level up my mappa. Yeah, so Electro units can't go in the first half. They made it they made it look very enticing to bring Electro in the first half. But you can't. You have to bring in the second half. Second half, Abyss. It's crazy how they spawn the mobs in like 4 different waves as well. Because they know what we're trying to do. But now we know what they're trying to do. Okay. Let's try this again. I'm gonna copy you so I can beat it later. Don't copy me. I'm not I'm not that smart of a player, if you've noticed. I try my best, but most of the time I just unga bunga through with my with my wallet. But yeah, this is much better. Don't even need Nahita's burst as well. There you go. Okay. Okay. Yeah, didn't even need Nahita's burst for that one. And Raiden hopefully can clean up. Okay, and I get 2 jumps for Kazuha. course, it's the Electro one that survived. Understandable. Have a nice day. Let's swirl Pyro here, which is a great swirl. Come on. Come on, let me move. And of course, they're split up across the heavens. Let's deal with... Oh, how did that not hit? And of course, we got the dancing... There you go. Let's do the trampoline thing. Maybe I should heal Kazuha up a bit with the Bennett burst here. There you go. So got some Kazuha heals. Once we kind of change the thing, it's pretty straightforward. Raiden National, I believe, should work pretty well. Energy recharge 20%. I'll take that. Why not? It just looks way too easy for this team, at least. There has to be some gimmick here, no? No? Really? No gimmick? Oh! Maybe these were the gimmicks. Oh! Those were the gimmicks. Okay. Okay. Maybe just less than that. I'm gonna go with this one. See, when something looks too simple, it might... Oh no. When something looks too simple, it's best to not believe it. Bro. I need to restart the chamber again because of this terrible start. Can I time it? Holy! Okay. I'm gonna wait for all my elemental skills to come back while I take a bite of food. That is crazy. We have to iframe that basically. Or run Zhongli. Mm. Mm. Okay. Let's deal with one first. Iframe that. Oh no! That red one took a lot of damage when it spawned. I wonder if we can try to like one-shot it. Let's try it. Because the red one, when the red one came out, it lost like a third of its health just from one hit. So I'm gonna try to do it so we can maybe see if we can one-shot it. Obviously, we could not. Go for the red one. Go for the red one. No, kill one. Okay, okay. We got one. Get some heals off for Yaimiko, maybe. Okay, that's not ideal, but that was the first time I had to fight those monsters. I'll be honest with you guys. I haven't explored the world enough to, to fight that. Oh, brother, please. Have mercy. I don't want to retry. I don't want to retry. I don't want to retry. Okay, I have to retry. Okay, this is making this abyss will expose all players who have been playing Zhongli for the longest time. If you've been playing Zhongli and you've been taking that man for granted, you will be exposed in this abyss. My lord, they're really doing a number to us now. Bro, my... Oh, I framed that. I need the iframes, bro. Need the iframes. I don't even know how I'm gonna start the third chamber now because my characters are so low on health. Okay. The Magu Genkis. See, I don't have my burst ready. This is a big problem. This is a very big problem. Bro, I wish I could have iframed that. That would have been nice. My god. I was trying to press 3 the entire time. Oh no. This is... Maybe I need to take this. When character bursts, instantly restore 30% health. I think we need that. Bursting, restoring 30% health is gonna be huge. And you see, like, the interruptions, we don't really see how annoying interruptions is until you play without Zhongli. Even the smallest of interruptions makes just the general flow of your combat so much more annoying. Like, you don't really think about this. Gotta kill this thing first. Gotta just focus on one, so then the other one becomes much more manageable. I'm not so lost for time that I need to rush through this, but Okay. This abyss was indeed made to sell Dehya. You know, I don't deny it. Okay, this time I at least dodged his push attack. Why are they standing so far apart? Okay, okay. Need this one. Bro, this is... What am I... Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. It does matter. It does matter. Bring right a national, not hyper. You're maybe right on that. You're maybe right on that. Diona is good. Shielders are just good in general for this abyss. It was foolish of me to think I could play without a shielder after playing with one for like the good part of 2 years. My goodness. I'm surprised that didn't actually one-shot me. Well, that did. I know, like, you know what frustrates me the most is that I know it's doable. It's just that I'm not good enough to do it right now because I'm not playing smart, and I don't know the mechanics, the timing, the attack windows of all these characters because I've never had to think about any of this stuff. But now that I'm forced to think about it, my god. Like, there's so much interruption going on, it's actually insane. It's borderline making me feel like they're about to do a Zhongli rerun. Like, it would be so easy with a Zhongli. Like, Zhongli completely trivializes everything they're doing. But at the same time, am I incapable of playing this game without Zhongli? Right? That's the natural question I'm asking myself. Like, can I just not do it without Zhongli? Is it just impossible? Obviously not. But look, you see, like, I don't know the range of that spin attack, and that's not even the major problem of this chamber. It's just these samurais, right? So now my of course my natural question would be like, can I still beat this stuff without Zhongli? Is it like, I mean, is it even doable? Like, for me at least, I know for some people, like, it's probably a walk in the park for them to do it without Zhongli because that's how they've been playing the game the whole time. Like, I have all this damage, but look, can I use it? No, because I don't understand the game well enough. I'm being punished for my over reliance on certain characters. Oh, this thing can take a break? Like, this thing could just decide to just plop like that? And what the hell does that thing? What does that do? Oh, nothing much. This is disgusting, right? To see that maybe for some of you guys who are playing the game right now who are mechanically competent and understand what all the monsters do because you studied it, because you had to study it, or because you thought it was fun and engaging to figure out creative ways to engage with the enemies. But for somebody like me who's been using Zhongli for so damn long, look at how these type of abysses expose me if I were to just decide to try something new. Don't use Zhongli in my teams. This is what happens. It's incredibly, incredibly punishing. I think the best... Oh no. I was gonna say, I think the best course of action just now is just to focus on one of the Magu Genkis and not do both at the same time, and then I die. I'm sure if I do this for like a couple hours, I'm gonna start figuring out like, okay, these guys are gonna do this, and things start to like make sense for me, right? But this is actually very interesting for me to see, because this really makes me like feel for the people who don't have Zhongli. Like, I feel like we are starting to arrive at a spiritual understanding for each other. Like, look at that. And the problem is, you see, this also makes Yaimiko, like somebody like Fischl maybe would feel better there, because Yaimiko takes so damn long to set up her turrets, and she can get interrupted at any point in her interval to set up those turrets. Like, she even gets interrupted here sometimes. But use it well, you can use it as an iframe tool. And Nahida might die. Yep. Jonas says, I built Layla, I don't use Geo either. See, that's the thing, but it's just shielders in general, right? Shielders in general makes the game so much easier. And I feel like people don't give credit enough to shielders, and they constantly say like, oh, Zhongli is like overrated. He's not as good as people make him out to be. But that's because they look at the numbers, they calculate the numbers, like, okay, this character doesn't bring up my DPS, right? He doesn't bring up my overall team's DPS. If I were to be playing like a perfect human being, where I make zero mistakes and I always capitalize my on my windows of dealing damage, sure, like, yeah, you're right in that Zhongli doesn't add to your DPS ceiling. However, my argument is like, I mean, for some people this may seem like fun. Like, maybe some people is like, oh my god, like this seems like a blast, right? To be able to fight the abyss like a Dark Souls game kind of. Oh my goodness. But for people who just want to get in and get out, that consistency, right? That consistency in knowing that, okay, like, I can just slap Zhongli on my team and I never have to worry about any of this stuff. That's, I think, to a lot of people, that's also invaluable. Is that consistency, knowing that you don't have to worry about a lot of these additional factors that other players would constantly have to rattle their brains for. I'm saying Zhongli because he's like the best shielder. You like Diona, Layla, Noelle, even building any shielder in the game, Toma, right? This is the justification for building shielders in the game. Where's that cryo dude? That cryo dude can one-shot my... That's what I was talking about. Bro, I need to get the hell out of that field. How am I gonna do this? Are they gonna come here? Okay, they do come here. But what if he does the same thing here? Oh, he is gonna do the same thing here. Bro, that is... Oh, damn it. This is frustrating to say the least. The thing is, I wouldn't say this abyss is hard, but I can see why people say it's hard. It's because for people who don't want to run shielders, this abyss is an absolute nightmare. And there's a lot of people, because they follow Theory Crafter and build the best teams, they don't run a lot of teams with shielders unless the shielders are absolutely necessary for their team compositions, right? For the speedrunners, this abyss is very challenging in that if you make a mistake, you're done. This abyss is not very forgiving to making mistakes, which is rare. Like we don't really see abysses like this. I know I didn't charge up Yamiko's thing, but I had to do that because I had to dodge the frickin' whatever attack that thing was trying to do. If I have the perfect run, I know I can do it. If I have the perfect run, like I have to iframe. Okay, here, listen. I have to iframe that guy's initial ice blast with Raiden Shogun's burst skill. If I can do that, then it's not as big of a problem. Kazuha has a dash to the back. Do this. I have to do it twice. The ice guy's over there. Do this. He's doing it. Let's go. Damn it! Let's get out of the ice field. Let's reapply this. Let's run over here. Get some stamina back. We still have time. We still have 1 minute. Okay, let's try to kill this guy first. Raiden Shogun didn't get the burst. That's one. Are you telling me he's respawning? Wait, is he respawning? No, right? Okay. Okay. Relax, dude. I'm coming to you next. There you go. Now I just need to get energy back. I say that, and then I do that. Do I have to use this? I have to use it, or else I don't get 3 stars. Damn it! Oh, that is so frustrating. I had to use Raiden's burst. I thought maybe we can chunk it down without using Raiden's burst, but that's what I get for not leveling up my Sara. Should I do instantly restore? Nah, more damage. Oh, this thing. How does this thing work? I guess it's good that the starting thing takes so long so I can set up my animations for this. Already? Really? I honestly have no idea what the hell I'm doing because I've never really fought this boss. I know chat's probably cringing. It's like, Walrus, what have you done in this game? What the hell do you know? Chat is just cringing at the thought of me playing this game. Okay, I guess that was simple enough. Is this the run? I mean, these guys don't look threatening at all. I mean, I'll be the first to say it. The only thing that's stopping me right now is the fact that my Raiden doesn't have her burst skill. With all that changes now. See, the second she gets her burst skill, they just disappear. I guess this is a 36 star, right? Maybe I spoke too soon. No, I spoke too soon. Okay, Sarah, you've done your job. Let's bring it home now. What you doing? Please tell me this is the 36 star. It ain't beautiful. It ain't pretty, but I think we did it. Okay. Alright. It's been a while since I don't use Zhongli at all. It's been a while. I really wanted to kind of lean into the new stuff. I don't want to continue relying on Zhongli and shielders in general to be able to clear the abyss. Call it pride, call it arrogance, call it whatever the hell you want, but you know, this is at the very least to prove to myself that it's doable. It's definitely doable. First and foremost, you need to, like, this abyss, let me tell you right now, the first thing I've noticed with this abyss is it is incredibly punishing. It is very, very punishing. There are very small windows of execution. Even with the clear I did just now, it's not because I was able to take advantage of all the windows of opportunity, but rather that I have strong enough characters that I only need a few opportunities to dish out damage without being one-shotted, meaning iframing a couple lethal hits here and there with my burst skill, and then just plow through the rest of the enemies with just raw damage. Most of you guys will not be able to have this kind of luxury during this abyss. And I don't think it's very... I don't think it's fair to say this is a very hard abyss. It's only hard if you're trying to play, like, meta, because meta oftentimes don't include characters such as Zhongli in some of the meta teams, right? The Dendro teams don't really want him. The like Freeze teams, there's only a few teams that have to have Zhongli in them. They're like the Hu Tao teams and whatnot. But for the vast majority of the teams, they don't want Zhongli in them. And if you're playing a team without Zhongli or without any shielder, this abyss, especially the second chamber here, like these things are what, like they're hitting for 16,000 damage per hit, right? Down here they're hitting for like 15,000 per hit as well with like the frost Magugenki. It's exhilarating. The first part is it's kind of troll because of how they spawn in these ruin guards and ruin drakes and ruin greater. This one wasn't that big of a problem. These two chambers were a problem, and this wasn't a problem. So, like, honestly, the gimmick in the chamber 1 first half might catch some people off guard, but once you figure it out, it's very easy. The second chamber is where I would say 80% of the problems for most people will be in the second chamber. This chamber, listen, people, if you want an easy time in this chamber, just build up a shielder and you'll likely get through it without a problem, because a shielder's shield is basically a get out of jail free card for you guys. Right? People who will come and tell you like, oh, this abyss is easy, like they're probably playing the game very optimally. If you've not been playing the game optimally, you're gonna feel it, this abyss, especially if you decide to not use a shielder. Bethesda says Walrus, small attack window by high damage is more fun than small window by stalling. The former requires skill from the players. Exactly. What basically I'm telling you guys right now, this abyss, if you want to play meta teams, sorry, you're gonna have to be much more skilled than you are used to being for the most people. I can try to run like a Hu Tao team with Zhongli. Which team should Hu Tao be in though? First half? Hu Tao? I mean, since Hu Tao is coming soon, I might as well try to show you guys how she would perform in. Hu Tao has a shielder as well, so kind of is like a get out of jail free card. Let's see how she performs in the current Abyss. She has no buffs, mind you. I'll keep the Hytham team as the second. Wait, could I run Hytham as the second team? No, Hytham was first. Raiden was second. I'll run Hytham as the second team this time, and let's see how he performs. So the Raiden team is being benched. Take that back. What am I missing still? Okay, I don't need energy recharge because I will be running a Xingqiu with her. Crit rate. This is a pretty good. Hu Tao's running the 4-piece shim. Not the best 4-piece shim set I have. I mean, not that I have, like not the best 4-piece shim set, but it's good, right? I think it's gonna get the job done. These are her stats. Again, you see, it's not like, and that's with the Staff of Homa, right? So it's not crazy, but it's not bad either. Xingqiu needs his 4-piece emblem too. Let's see. What is this? Anyways. Oh no. Oh. We can use this one. Right? We need this one. Excuse me, my it would seem my artifacts are not properly leveled up yet. This should be fine. This should be fine. my headpiece is not there we go. Okay. Xingqiu, everybody. Yalan, everybody. And oh, almost forgot. I'll bring that with this. Zhongli, everybody. This is a Hu Tao team I'll be running. Xingqiu is incredibly scuffed, but it is whatever. My Yalan more than compensates for that. All right, let's try it. Let's try it. I wonder how effective Zhongli's shield is going to be when it comes to this Abyss. Where's Xingqiu? Yalan, Zhongli. I wonder how much damage I can mitigate. Let's continue with the same team, even though I probably can switch out Yaimiko for Raiden. Because Raiden is a much shorter skill application, just her elemental skill. Alright, let's see how this is going to work out. Let's plop this. Remember, Hu Tao needs like 2 skills to activate her, 2 elemental skills before she even reaches below half health. There you go. So now I should have her thing activated. Not bad, honestly. I don't think the time is bad. A little slower than the Alhaitham team, but that's because she needed to get 2 elemental skills to get below half health, right? I think that's fair. Man, Alhaitham eats these mobs for breakfast, for reals. Hmm. No, Yaimiko. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Now the hard one. Let's see how Hu Tao handles it. Right, let's see how Hu Tao handles this one. I'm gonna do this. Oh, I should have done the HP. Whatever. I don't need more additional damage. I just want to see survivability. That's all I care about for this one. Oh, I didn't hit that guy, which is fine. Hu Tao team also takes so long to set up. Okay, I mean, do they get petrified? Okay, they do. That's cool. Nice. Loving the jumps and pumps. It's almost like they don't do damage. Like, I mean, people. Really? Are they doing damage? Because I'm not really feeling the heat, you know? I mean, it's just night and day, people. It's night and day. It is. Okay, now you three. Yaimiko, please. Shielder with no shielder. Like, that's all I gotta say. Like, it's just shield with no shield. Let's try this. Okay, now that we've seen we can do it with that one, let's try this. Hmm. Okay. Zhongli is a DPS loss. However, no other unit and playstyle will allow you to do this kind of damage this consistently. It's just it's about uptime, right? Like, at the end of the day, it's all about uptime. How much uptime can your DPS characters actually get? It is so consistent. Consistency. You can do it every time without fail. You know it works. That's what's so amazing about it. Yaimiko, for the love of God, can you just... I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The problem with Yaimiko is she just takes so damn long. I'm just gonna go with this because I don't need the extra damage. Like, she takes so long to set up. It's it's insane. Raiden Shogun would just slash the air once and she's done. But Yaimiko needs to, like, oh my god. Like, don't get me wrong, her application is great. I enjoy it, but it's just that character just takes up so much field time. I messed up this one. Too busy trash talking Yaimiko. Maybe I should try just one. But like, look at how much I was struggling earlier. I mean, granted, yes, I am a bad player, but the thing is, you cannot take credit away from the consistency of a Zhongli team. People will keep telling you, oh, Zhongli is overrated, Zhongli is bad. Like, if you are just purely looking at numerical value for damage potential, yeah, by that metric, he is kind of bad because he doesn't really add more damage, right? Because that's all people care about is, oh, I want to do more damage, and Zhongli doesn't help me do that. So, by definition, he has to be bad, right? He has to be just not at that tier. Okay. This time, focus, Walrus, focus. 1, 2. I don't even know what I'm doing. I had to switch Kokomi to dodge that hit. Where the hell is the ice dude? Oh my god, nice try, buddy. Nice try. I ain't falling for that. Not me. Not Walrus. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. I dare you. Get your ass over here. You're about to feel ma. Oh my god. No. You know what? Screw you guys. I just see you one-shot me when I'm Coco me. Yeah. Yeah, not so hot now, are ya? How am I gonna ever deal damage to them? Like, I can't even hit them. Because I'll just die. Okay, maybe this is a window. Yes. Yes. I have to use my burst. Like, I just have to use my burst to iframe it. There you go. It's just you and me now. And I couldn't clear it on time. Can I? Can I clear it on time? Can I clear it on time? Can I clear it on time? No! Anyways. Now for the final test, right? I think first half Hu Tao is just too good. Do I get particles? I do. Oh, look at that. Really? It immediately goes into this phase? Is that by design? Anyways, what a complete waste of abilities that I just set up. My god, my Hu Tao is running 1600 HP. Bro, how many times does this thing just goes invisible? I must be doing something wrong, cause when I was using the other team, it didn't do this. What the hell? Really? Burgeon. Oh, don't mind if I do. Okay, listen, I technically should have gotten a 36 star for this clear as well, because my Hu Tao team probably could have optimized damage a little better, and it was literally off by a second, right? No, I hate them. No, I hate them. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. I'll hate them. They did you dirty like that, my man. They did I'll hate them real dirty. I see them. That was hilarious. Bro, this thing needs to stop going invisible. Bro, by the time I set up all my skills, like look at this, using all my bursts, getting Hu Tao back into her elemental skill, it's gonna do that thing again. Look, it's gonna go invisible again. You see, like, come on, man. I'm not gonna even bother with Yelan anymore. When it comes to just damage output, I think Hu Tao can do it. It's just like it has these monsters have these BS phases where they go like, "Oh, look at me, I'm invisible." Use the burst. There we go. That's the proper way to do it. Oh my god. I need to pick somebody and just go, I guess. When in doubt, just switch to Kokomi, because Kokomi can't really get one shot. Aha. Where's my electro application? There's no electro application because Yamiko's turrets stay in one spot, unlike Raiden Shogun, which follows you around. But I think that's it. Okay, chat. Technically, this is another 36 star. All right, technically, it's another 36 star. Honestly, you know, chat. Honestly, I feel like Zhongli makes this abyss feel so damn free. Like, if you run double shielders on both sides of this abyss, it'll feel so damn free. They're not as tanky. I think combined health pool wise, I think Last Abyss, for example, this dude doesn't feel as tanky as the mechanical array boss. I don't know. Like, I don't mathematically, I don't know. It just doesn't feel as tanky. I feel like I'm chewing through this boss much faster. And these monsters combined don't feel as tanky as the wolves from the Last Abyss, right? The 3 wolves plus all the mini wolves. Chamber 2, they just hit very hard. But these monsters aren't tanky. They hit hard. It has 2.2 million HP. So this thing has 2.2 million. What about the mechanic array? Triple Magu really want to run shield. Yeah, like look, I had so much damage. My Hatham team has so much damage, but the problem is like I just couldn't stand there and hit them. I couldn't stand there and hit them. That's the problem. If you run a shielder, for example, if I were to drop Kokomi, like I can drop Kokomi on my Alhaitham team. Oh no, can I? I was thinking like I'm gonna drop Kokomi, but I wouldn't have a Hydro, then I can't do Hyper Bloom. But if I just run a pure Quicken team with Zhongli, if it'll feel so easy, I feel like. I feel like with Zhongli, it's just so free. Any shielder would make this Abyss so free. I would even say this Abyss becomes incredibly easy with a shielder. I find that nowadays people find gimmicky abysses like the last Abyss where all you had to do was bring Geo in the second half and suddenly you're just like home free, right? And then people say abysses like this are hard because they oftentimes don't have a reliance towards shielders. A lot of people I know like don't like to play Zhongli, and they've actively skipped Zhongli every time. And comparing Zhongli to Venti, they would say Zhongli is worse than Venti. I've actually had this argument with a few people in Discord a couple times through DMs, in that they say like, oh, they rank Venti higher than Zhongli. Like they have like Nahida, Raiden Shogun, Venti over Zhongli, because they say Zhongli is a damage loss on 90% of the teams he's on. Their argument is always Zhongli is a damage loss, so he's useless. He's useless 90% of the time, except for very few teams where shielders are required, like certain like nowadays Scaramouche teams, Hu Tao teams, Yoimiya teams. They say is necessary to have Zhongli, so they give him credit for that. But they say apart from that, you never want to bring him on any other team. He's just going to hold you back, which I've always had to nod and say like I agree, right? Like on the mathematically he is a damage loss. Of course, why wouldn't you bring another character that shreds resistances or adds more damage, like a support DPS for that matter? Why even have Zhongli? But you see, abysses like these really highlight the importance of shielders, where everybody seems to be saying, oh, this abyss is hard. It's not hard. It's not hard. It's only hard if you're trying to force meta teams when you're not that good of a player. I hate to say it, by the way, BP level check sitting nicely at 40. I should be done with this in about another week or so. So I'll have like 2 weeks to just sit on a maxed out BP. But this says Walrus people often don't have enough DPS to clear before the timer, so they can squeeze more DPS by putting a sub DPS character in place of Zhongli. If you have enough damage with 3 characters, then Zhongli is super good. That's right. And at this point in the game, most veteran players should recognize the importance of Zhongli, because if you have been playing this game and building smartly, you should like even 3-4 teams is doable for free to plays if you started in 1.0. If you started the game in 2.0, right now you've been playing for about a year and a half, maybe a little longer than that, you should have enough resources in your account for 2 teams bare minimum, and that those 2 teams, the core of the teams, likely even have constellations on them. So if you started in 2.0, there's a chance you might even have a C2 Raiden Shogun on one team, and then you might have another strong DPS on another team. I refuse to believe if you played since 2.0, even if you were playing non-optimally, I mean like you don't play for meta, you should probably have 2 teams built, 2 decent teams. You might have Freeze team built, right, where you have Ayaka Shinhe. You might have an Ito team built. you might have pulled Yaimiko, but then now that means you had the chance to invest into Dendro, which will make Yaimiko good as well. It doesn't matter, like you could have pulled Ayato. Ayato is still superb in so many different teams. Hyperbloom, Vaporize, Freeze, anything you want, like Ayato can do. Right? It's like Yoimiya as well. If you pulled for Yoimiya, then you hopefully pulled a Zhongli on the rerun. That's not on other people if you decided to skip Zhongli, even though you are a hardcore Yoimiya fan. You're like, oh, I don't want Zhongli to play with you. That's fine, but then you can't really say anything when you're struggling, because then everybody would just point at you and say that's a skill issue, or ha ha ha, you chose to skip Zhongli. You made that decision to screw yourself. So it's just, there's almost no excuse at this point to not have proper teams built up. So it's the argument is saying like, oh, but like I don't have enough DPS. Well, that sounds more of like a prep issue, right? That's the player issue, in that if you've been playing this game since 2.0 and you don't have enough DPS, like three of your characters can't output enough DPS to justify bringing a shielder to provide the environment to do that damage, then you royally screwed up somewhere along the way. You probably have like 6 different DPS characters pulled where you only play 1 or 2 of them. Which is exactly how Hoyoverse uses FOMO to get you, is that they want you to want these characters. They want you to want every single DPS character, every single character that looks flashy. You want them, you crave them. Everyone's talking about them. All the content creators are raving about them, and you just feel left out if you don't have them. So then you pull them, but then it turns out you didn't actually want them. You just wanted to feel included with the hype. You wanted to be with your buddies, being like, oh my god, yes, I did pull Shenhe. Do I have Ayaka? No. Do I have Ganyu? No. But listen, Chads, I'm building Cryo DPS Kaya, bro, with Chongyun, with Shenhe. That's gonna work. You play it for a couple weeks, you share some clips with it with your friends in Discord, and then once Shenhe stops becoming relevant, you don't touch her anymore. There's a lot of people who plays Genshin like this. Like, you guys, as a content creators, I see it, because I have people who messages me when these characters come out asking for team builds and advice. Like, oh, how, like, Walrus, what do you think of this team? And in the moment I was like, okay, it's not meta, it's not ideal, and going forward you might struggle with it, but if you love playing it, if you enjoy playing it, I don't see why you can't build that team. Okay? But these people will never continue playing this game. I've went back. It's like, hey, by the way, like, are you still playing that Shenhe, Kaya, Chongyun team? So, oh yeah, no, I stopped playing it because, I was starting to struggle with it, and it wasn't as fun as I thought it was going to be. I wasn't pulling enough damage and whatnot. And then I said, okay, then did you pull Ayaka, right? Are you going to plan to pull Ayaka on her rerun to pair with Shenhe? It's like, nah, I don't really like Cryo. And I'm just like, then why'd you pull Shenhe? But of course I didn't say it to them, because I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. I mean, it's always nice to just like collect waifus, right? Like yeah, man. But and then fast forward, you're gonna have these players who struggle so much because the resources to not only pull Shenhe and build her up to level 90 just to make a couple video clips, that's one thing, but also building your Kaya to level 90, building your Chongyun to level 90, and hyper investing all your resin into farming artifacts of them while not actively wanting to pull a cryo unit to transfer those artifacts to. Do you guys realize how much time is wasted just for those clips, just to feel included? They spend weeks farming the artifacts for Chongyun and Kaya, as well as Shenhe, and then they benched Shenhe, never used Kaya and Chongyun ever again, while not pursuing another cryo alternative, meaning an upgrade being Ayaka or Ganyu for that matter, and then everything just sits there. And these players will struggle. They will struggle. And that's not just once, right? And then Ito comes up, and then they're like, oh my god, I'm gonna build Ito. I pulled Ito, C0. Should I go for the weapon? Yeah, let's do it. Ito, plus weapon. Goro sitting at C3. Right? They don't have Zhongli. They don't have Albedo. They have, and then they're running Ito, Bennett, Goro, and it was Noel or something like that, which isn't a bad team, but and then they're like, oh my god, my Ito is cracked, and then they see other people's Ito with a C6 Goro, right, with Zhongli, with Albedo or Bennett or whatever the hell, and then they're like, oh, how, like, I'm not doing as much damage, should I be pulling for Zhongli? I want Zhongli, and then they pull for Zhongli, right, and then they're like, oh my god, my Ito team is complete, and then later on, they don't use that team anymore. They're like, oh, but Ito's boring, I don't like Ito, Ito's boring. It is so damn frustrating because these people, they flip-flop their metas and their team comps and their investments. Like, oh, you have Zhongli. Did you pull Yoimiya? No. Okay, are you pulling Hu Tao? No, I don't like those players. I don't like those characters. I'm thinking of pulling Ayato. And I'm gonna pair my Shenhe with my Ayato for freeze. It is like, I'm telling you guys, more players have these kind of accounts that they have a bunch of 5-stars that don't really connect each other. Right? They've never planned, they never put any thought into why they want this character. A lot of the characters they have, they don't play, and to a degree, they do have buyer's remorse. They're like, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't have pulled Ito. I went too hard on Ito. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten his weapon. I should have just saved, right? I maybe should have pulled like another character. I think Yai Miko is pretty cool. I wanted Yai Miko, but I lost my 50-50, so I had to just skip her. Stuff like that. And those players shouldn't then tell other people, it's like, oh, just pull what you think is fun, because they're not really having fun. They had fun, they're just currently not having fun, because to them fun is a fleeting moment. Fun is in the moment, being like, oh, I had fun when I pulled Ito, I had fun when I pulled Shenhe for about a week, and it's gone. Whereas I think Genshin as a game should be fun consistently. If you like, in order to have long-lasting fun, it may not be fun in the moment. Let's say, for example, skipping Al-Haytham may not be fun. Skipping Al-Haytham, Hu Tao, Yelan, and the weapon banner for Aqua Simulacra and Staff of Homa may not be fun. But if you want a C2 Baiju with his signature weapon, to play with your Nahida, and to power maybe, I don't know, another Dendro comp, maybe Al-Haytham is not the right play. What if you already have like a C2 Tignari? Right? Is Al-Haytham still the play? I know Tignari functions slightly differently, but having strong Dendro units already on your team, maybe Al-Haytham is not the play. I know everybody's hyping him up. I know even myself, I'm guilty of this, saying that Al-Haytham is a powerhouse. Al-Haytham is so strong. Al-Haytham is cracked. And having Nahida pairing with Al-Haytham is just immensely fun, especially you have Kuki Shinobu and all that stuff. It's great. But you have to sacrifice fun in the moment for the longevity of your account. Listen, when all the dust is settled and done, when you're not on Discord with your buddies in voice chat, you are alone grinding away in your own world, in your own game. No one's looking at you. You don't have clout pumping into your veins. You're gonna be miserable. A lot of these people won't admit it, is that once the dust is all settled, you're not like having fun with your friends, flexing your new 5-stars with them. You're just by yourself playing the game. You are playing this game by yourself. Are you playing this game for yourself or for your friends? Or for like some internet clicks? Right? We have to first and foremost get that straight. I am very aware of why I play Genshin Impact. I am very aware of why I pull characters and why I do the things I do in this game. Yes, I make content. That's part of the reason. It's very exciting for me to share with you guys. I find that incredibly fun. I do it like, listen, no one with a sane mind would upload videos on YouTube every day if they did not find what they're doing somewhat enjoyable for like borderline 3 years. This year, October would be 3 years for me uploading. I upload almost daily. You guys can go check my videos. In the 2 years I've uploaded, 2.5 years now that I've uploaded, I think I've missed like a total of 10 or so days. 10-ish days that I have not uploaded due to various reasons. But I enjoy sharing my thoughts. That's what drives me to pull for these characters and build some of these characters. Right? That's how and even when I'm alone, when I'm playing Al-Haytham, for example, right now when I'm alone, when I go off stream, what am I thinking about? I'm thinking about, oh my god, Hu Tao is rerunning so soon, right? Like I want to share with them some of the things that I've learned with Hu Tao. I want to let people know some of her downfalls, some of her strengths. And I see other people saying things about Hu Tao. I'm like, okay, that's right, and that's maybe not so right. Is animation cancel so important? Is it so hard? Is it a deal breaker? What about on mobile? These are the things that I'm thinking about. How are people going to enjoy Hu Tao? What if Hu Tao becomes better again? Like, what if she has a resurgence? So that would be good, right? How would people respond to that? Would people actually like her to be in the meta, or is she so overplayed that it's boring now? Like, do people still even want to play Hu Tao? There's so many things I want to talk about, and that's what motivates me to play the game and to come on to play the Abyss, to test the characters, to continue to build my account. So that's like, but what are your reasons, right? Like, do you want to play this game just to share with your friends? And this all leads back to the Spiral Abyss, is that Spiral Abyss right now shouldn't be a challenge. It really shouldn't. And I'm not saying that condescendingly. I'm saying that, like, even people who follow my content, if you don't, like, forget about the theory crafters. If you follow theory crafters to the dot, you should never struggle to any degree in this game. You should be able to beat this game with your eyes closed if you follow theory crafters. But even if you follow someone who's non-meta driven, let's say somebody, like, if you follow Twanto's advice, to be honest with you, Twanto is a for fun content creator. But even Twanto has the game knowledge to give advice to players, and if they follow his advice, they can beat the game very easily, right? The game isn't hard. You have to be focused. You have to be focused. You have to understand what you want, and you have to build around the strength of your characters. You cannot be sitting there, right, like wanting this, wanting that, and none of them connect with each other. You don't want to study it. You don't want to take any advice. You just want to play this game, ignorantly, which is fine. But then if you come back and say, well, I'm struggling, I can't beat the game, nobody will really look at you and be like, oh man, that's too bad. You played this game for fun, and now let's say you're not having fun. Were you really playing this game for fun? Were you really aware and cognitive of what this game entailed? What does fun mean? Is it fun to not clear content? Is it fun to get smacked in the abyss over and over again for hours on end, not being able to beat it because you somehow messed up your account, right? Is it fun having a Hu Tao with no Xingqiu, no Yelan, and no Zhongli? Is that fun? If that's fun to you, well, like, I hope you're having fun, because you're not going to be able to beat this, right? You're basically locked out of content because you wanted to have fun. Fun to a certain degree just becomes like messing around. Like, you guys know that chart is like fuck around and find out. The more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out. They're like codependent on each other. Like, you guys know the chart where on the y-axis is how much you fuck around, and on the x-axis is find out. And as you realize, the higher you go on the chart, the more you fuck around, right? The more you're gonna find out. And that's quite literally what Genshin Impact is in this very moment. It's like, the more you mess around with your account, the more you're gonna find out in the long run that this isn't the way to go. That's why I get so frustrated when people give that one and done advice. Be like, oh, just play what's fun. Because sometimes it's like you're actively telling these people to just ruin their accounts in like for the sake of fun. Oh, it's fun, right? Like, I think this character's gonna be fun. You think this character's gonna be fun, or this character's gonna be fun? Have you played this character? No. So how do you know that's gonna be fun? Right? That's why I say build 2 to 3 teams. The reason I say 3 teams is because what if the Abyss just hard counters one of your teams, right? You should have 3 teams that are built around the meta. Done. 3 teams built around the meta, and you will almost never struggle in any Abyss iteration. Never. 2 to 3 teams. And I'm not saying pay to win teams. Even there are free to play teams that you can build that are incredibly strong, versatile. Just, like, I know meta is disgusting and not fun and very, like, unsexy, but once you get that done for your account, you are set to have fun. You can do whatever the hell you want, pull any character you want, and you can have fun any way, shape, or form that you want, and you'll be fine. Right? Like, you should solve. It's like, if you don't even have enough money to eat food, to put food on the table every day, you shouldn't be thinking about like a vacation in the Bahamas, like, or the Caribbean, or like anywhere, right? Once you solve your bare minimum needs, like, okay, I have enough money to put food on the table, to, you know, like sleep in a home, I can afford rent, then you can think about putting some money aside to have fun. In the case of Genshin, being able to at least clear Spiral Abyss consistently, at this point, I would say 36-star Abyss is not that difficult. It really isn't. But you need to know the right teams that you're constructing. What are the strength of your account, right? So, like, honestly, I don't think any Abyss is hard. They're all built around certain gimmicks to punish people who have not diversified their accounts well enough. That's it. Genshin is a game that really the difficulty level varies depending on what you have in your account. To be honest, for people who have everything, like myself, all Abyss feels the same. It's just they pivot the focus of the Abyss to different areas, right? Right now, it's, can you survive? Can you survive this while dishing out enough damage? That's basically what they're asking you. It's like a quiz. It's like a quiz for your account. Can you survive while dishing out the damage to clear this? The previous Abyss was, do you have healers? Do you have geo units to deal with the Golden Wolf Lord's BS mechanic? And also, do you have enough sustained DPS? Do you have a great DPS composition to to have like a sub 1 minute clear for the what the hell was that, the something array? What's that? The Chamber 1 boss, first half Chamber 1, the mechanic array, right? Do you have enough DPS to burst that thing down? Can you finish that like in around a minute? It's always a quiz. Abyss is always a quiz for your account and your game knowledge and how prepared you are for different situations that Genshin can throw at you. For example, the Chamber 1 of this Abyss is so BS, right? It's so BS. Do you have enough uptime? Do you have enough uptime for your DPS to clear this? Right? Why don't they listen? Here's a question I'll throw at you guys. Why don't they spawn all 4 of them at once? Or spawn the first 3? They did. Remember how they did it in the past, where they spawned the first 3. They spawned 2 Ruin Guards and the Drake, and then they spawned the Ruin Grader. There was a Abyss iteration like that. Why did they do it one by one this time? It's just a quiz. They're testing you. They have the Electro aura on it, right? They're testing you. Do you have the right tools to deal with this? Right? They're just making you pull more cats out of the bag. They're throwing more and more curveballs at you. It may feel hard, but it's kind of like the SATs. If anybody knows what the hell the SATs are, it's like SATs at first glance would seem so damn like annoying. Like, I mean, the SATs at first glance to people, like, oh, it feels so hard. But if you know the gimmick, like the math questions, if you know the gimmick, if you know what they're testing you on, right? If you are prepared for it, it's very easy to get around this kind of stuff. Like, look, when I went in with my Raiden Shogun team, did I not get clapped? It didn't matter if I had a full C6 R5 team. I was gonna lose. It is like Raiden Shogun, which is not a good choice. Like a Raiden hyper carry team was just terrible for this first half, right? So then I swapped it around and suddenly it worked. So like people are saying like floor 12-2 is a pain. Yeah, absolutely. This thing is testing you yet again, right? Like this Galloping Frost, jeez, man. Like, you guys saw how I struggled against this. You guys saw how I was running back and forth. How many times did I have to do this without a shielder? What, like 15, 20 times to restart the chamber? They've had us fight triple Kenki before, yeah, but now it's a little different, right? They always change it. They always change it up slightly. This time, the Blessing Moon is also different. Bryce Ramos says it's kind of the main reason why I'm so hesitant to build Rational and Hyper Carry Raiden. Yeah, like Hyper Carry Raiden, a lot of the times it's very easy to counter it the fact that hyper carry Raiden is still very prominent is that Hoyoverse doesn't want to completely seal it off. Imagine if they run Abyss 12 with like 20 different Electro Slimes on one half. They're like level 95 Electro Slimes with like an Electro Herald on one half, and the other half is like a insane like a Electro Hypostasis or like the Electro Regisvine. I like to see you guys try Raiden hyper carry in those Abyss 12s. They can do that. Let's say like do Chamber 1. They do like a bunch, like half of it is level 95 Electro Slimes. They got two Abyss Lectors here as well. But one Electro, one Hydro. Right? Oh, you want to run your hyper carry Raiden? Yeah, go ahead. I like to see you try. And then second half is like the freaking Electro Regisvine. Maybe you can run. You can still run Raiden teams. It's just they're not going to be Raiden hyper carry. They're going to be Raiden national teams are going to be good, right? Because then you rely on the Bennett and Xiangling duo along with the Xingqiu, and Raiden essentially becomes like a driver almost, right? And she also is a universal battery. So I think Raiden Shogun is still worth building, even if you don't run hyper carry. Raiden hyper carry, in my opinion, is an overrated team. That when it's great, but when you get sealed off, it's really annoying. There's really no bounce back from it. It's a very expensive team to build, and it can be easily countered. Last in Nilou Bloom, yeah, like Nilou Hyper Bloom is going to be pretty consistent for all these Abyss runs, and also Hatham is going to be good as well. Trying hyper carry Raiden as a free to play is like trying to fly as a fish. It's just dumb. Yeah, it's like it's not worth it. It's the same thing as, in my honest opinion, as a free to play player, investing into any hyper carry team is just not the right move. You should be trying your best to invest into teams that are much more versatile, flexible, universal. Investing into characters that can be put in many different team comps and not just one team. Like if you are a free to play player and you are low on resources, investing in Goro is just not a smart move, right? Like that's just my opinion. I don't think it's a bad move. I don't think if you want to invest into Ito, if you want to invest into Ayaka, Cryo, or whatever, it's not like terrible, but at the same time, it's not the smartest thing for you to do. At least not in the beginning. If you just got into the game and you're like, I'm gonna build an Ito team, you are going to be so freaking like screwed. At least in the short term. But maybe you'll hyper invest into Ito, hyper invest into another hyper carry team, and then you'll be set until you run into some Abyss that counters Geo, which usually you don't find. It's very rare they have an Abyss just to counter Geo, because Geo's not very meta. So they wouldn't go out of their way to screw people who are already playing non-meta teams. They wouldn't go out of their way to screw with you guys even more. Marcus Bolo says, I want a Fontaine Geo character that changes their reaction being crystallized, right? I've said this like at this point half a year ago. I was like, Hoyoverse has to fix crystallize at some point down the road. They've done it for the Electro element, right? We used to say Electro is so out of place. It has no purpose. Does it have a purpose now? Of course it does. Electro has found its purpose in Genshin Impact. Now it's Geo's turn. Now it's Crystallized turn. Glitch Variable says, dude, Albedo, they need to make his flower get tweaked. I would love to use Albedo, but his flower is too easily hindered. Dude, Albedo's flower sometimes kind of just screws your own teammates as well. It's very awkward to play Albedo, in my opinion. Albedo only works in very few teams, and even in those teams, his elevator leaves much to be desired. In Cyprus, this Abyss was pretty easy, considering you'd think the triple Kenki would be tough, but they have like no HP. Yeah, but the thing is, every Abyss is easy for some people. Some people find this Abyss incredibly difficult, others will find this Abyss trivial. Other people will find the previous Abyss super easy, and then there will be others who find it very tough. It's, you know why? It's because, like I keep saying, most of you guys have different things built on your account. Very few of you guys have like 5, 6, 7 different teams just sitting on standby ready to go. So if you run into an abyss where they're quizzing you on a team that you don't have, of course you're going to feel like you're struggling. It's one thing to say the abyss is easy, it's another thing to recognize that it may not be easy for everyone. Right? What are some of the tools that people need? Like, that's why I keep giving you guys advice in my videos based on abyss usage, and it's for multiple abysses. A character such as Hu Tao is only considered good because she has a very good abyss usage rate across many abyss. I don't think in the history of her release she's ever fallen below 30% usage. Meaning 30% of the people who cleared the abyss uses Hu Tao. That is an impressive stat. Is it amazing? Is it like the best? No. I don't think Kazuha has ever fallen below 70%. You see? Suddenly, Hu Tao doesn't seem all that impressive. I don't think Zhongli has ever fallen below 50%. I think. Maybe he's been at like 40 something. Maybe. Right? Raiden Shogun has always hovered. I don't think Raiden Shogun has been below 60%. Maybe even 70%. Bennett, I don't think has ever been below 70. Maybe 80%. Right? I think Xingqiu is also up there, 70, 60. So that's why I keep recommending these characters to people. Yelan, since her release, I don't think has fallen below 70% either. So I think, like, yeah, those are like some of the top characters in the game. That's why I keep recommending a lot of these characters to you guys, because the stats show that these characters are always used, always consistent. If you ever struggle, these are the, like, it's like basically telling you guys that what's on the quiz. Listen, people, this is on the quiz. These things will be tested. These things will be on the quiz. I don't know exactly which of these questions, but this is the pool of questions that'll be on the quiz, and I'm telling that to you guys constantly. And there are people in the comments down below telling you guys like, oh, like, but that, like that's so overrated. Like that, you don't need to know that. You don't need to study for that. Well, as long as you get the quiz ready and done with, once you get these characters figured out and built, and it doesn't even take that long. It takes like one rerun cycle to build them all up, and then you're set. You're good to go. You can do whatever the hell you want. What you're telling me is I need Zhongli and Geo. I mean, Zhongli is a very highly used character, but Zhongli is not the highest in the game. Venti, I think nowadays is sitting somewhere around like, was it 7%? So out of all the people who cleared the Abyss 12, that is 7% uses Venti. I remember last time we checked, Venti was somewhere around Keqing level. I think Keqing was slightly higher than Venti. So it's, you know, it's very difficult to argue with stats. I think Venti nowadays is pretty much relegated to lower Abyss floors. Guessing the quiz question is easy. Just look at the drip marketed character. Yeah, that's basically Hoyoverse giving you guys a cheat code. Have you guys ever heard the story? There was this math teacher. No, this is a true story. I saw it on the internet, so it must be true. There was this math teacher who went around, like, get this. There was a math teacher who went around spreading the cheat sheet to his own quizzes and tests and exams. So he would on purposely leak the answer sheets, or like the question sheet, not the answer sheet. He leaked his quiz questions to his class on purpose. He did it on purpose, and the students never knew it was him. It wasn't until like years later that they found out it was the teacher who leaked it. And the reason he did that, right? The reason he leaked the questions to his class was because he realized if the students knew what the questions were, they were actually gonna study. So these students had these huge study groups gathered where everybody would just group together and try to figure out these questions together. And they would figure out each question and find out the answer. But in the process of figuring out the answer, they were actually studying for the exam. Like what the students failed to understand, like in the process of air quote cheating for this exam, they were studying how to solve each question. So they were basically like, cramming, hiding, and they were like, dodging the teacher and stuff, thinking like, oh my god, we're gonna ace this test. We know the questions. But they didn't realize they were literally studying for the test like they were supposed to. It's just they have a little bit of help and incentive from their teacher. Right? And it wasn't until like a 20-year reunion afterwards where they saw the teacher and they felt a lot of guilt. They were like, we feel really bad, so we got to tell you this, but like there was like for most of your quizzes and exams, your questions were all leaked. Like that's why we were doing so well. It's because your questions were leaked. So they confessed to the teacher like 20 years later, and the teacher was just like, yeah, like who do you think leaked them? And that's when the students realized, like, holy crap, like, we've been played. Got him. So, and it's important the teacher never told them, because it also builds confidence. When you score good on the exam, you feel good. That's what HoYoverse does. They basically tell you guys exactly what's going to come in the next Abyss. Every iteration, you know what's going to, like roughly what's going to be on it. It's going to favor the new characters, blah, 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 blah. And you think you get away with it by pulling the characters, but in the end, HoYoverse is like, well, well, okay. So, yeah, that's the story. It's a true story. You guys can go search it up if you can find like the specific example. I remember I was it a YouTube short or a YouTube video, or was it a TikTok or something? Yeah, but like, yeah, what a teacher, what a great teacher. Those students have never, you can bet those students have never studied harder for something in their entire life. Can you imagine if you had the answer sheet? You know these are the exact question on your exam. As long as you figure out the answers to each of these questions, you will ace that exam. You will pretty much spend all day, every day figuring out those questions. The new Abyss Fuzz is gonna be if your character is named Dehya, 300% damage drop and 50% more ER. That's what she needs to feel like a normal character, is what I'm hearing. Bryce Ramos says, I don't know if shield is that necessary here. You could get away with iframes and or Kazuha jumps. Just gotta mess your rotation up a little bit. Yeah, but Bryce, how many people even know their rotation that well to begin with? I would never say shielding is necessary, but shielding is incredibly beneficial. It helps a ton if you have a shielder. I demonstrated it just now. I'm a pretty like average player, maybe like slightly like above average, maybe. And it took me like 15 attempts to try to clear Abyss 12-2. 15 plus attempts. You can say like, oh, that's a skill issue, but it is a skill issue. It's true. It is a skill issue. But how many people have the skill to, let's say, iframe? What if they play on 150 ping? Right? What if people are playing on mobile with 150, 180 ping? Suddenly, theory crafting just goes out the door. Is 150 ping bad? It's not bad, but it's not good. If you play on your mobile phone, which is overheating just from the Genshin loading screen, and you're trying to like play meta teams and now you're just like, okay, now throw in a little bit of like mess up your rotation a little bit, right? Blue Choo Choo says, I'm playing on 255 ping right now. So you see, like, that's what I'm talking about. People keep saying like, oh, the optimal way, the best way, the most ideal way. Oh, Zhongli is a DPS, our shielders aren't worth it. But for a lot of the players who are playing under different circumstances, that shielding is absolutely necessary. The fact that they can just ignore certain mechanics, certain one-shot gimmicks that would otherwise completely demolish their team, they can now ignore and just focus on the comfort, which is the rotation they've been running for months, if not years. That's the value of shielders. It's to be able to play selfishly. It's like shielders enable ignorance, which may not be a good thing, but for a lot of the people who are playing this game, a lot of people who don't want to get so technical about the game, that's more than enough. That is comfort. That is fun. There's only one Zhongli. That's why they have Layla nowadays. That's why they had Diona back in the days. They have like C4 Yanfei. There's a lot of characters that can run powerful shields. Toma shield can nowadays be, you know, worthwhile if you're playing him in certain version teams. You can stack his shield up pretty comfortably. Skill issue if you get one shot by Raiden's one shot mechanic with Zhongli's shield. You know, speaking of Raiden's one shot mechanic, I wonder if they're ever going to put like weekly bosses in Abyss 12. Maybe in the future. Because I feel it's such a waste. We fight those bosses once a week. And we can't even fight them all now because it costs so much like resin, right, to do them all. Usually people just pick 1 or 2 to do every single week. 3 because you need to complete the weekly quest, but nobody would really need all 3 because it's very, like, for example, who still needs stuff from Dvalin nowadays? Like, who still needs mats from Dvalin? They kind of just forgot about it. Like, I think having a weekly boss in the Spiral Abyss could be fun. Maybe a new floor. Maybe Abyss 13. Yeah, but new players would definitely struggle. But that's something that they can then start working towards, right? That's like an end game goal. Who knows? But yeah, that's the stream today. Again, apologies for not streaming previously. I feel bad ending stream with like 260 of you chilling here. I've noticed a lot more new people joining these streams. I hope I'm able to shed some light, help you guys, give you guys advice. I do have account reviews that I was supposed to do last stream, but ever since I skipped last stream, the people haven't really been able to contact me back to, you know, give me account information. So I'm sorry. Again, apologies. If you have any more questions, make sure to DM me in my in my Discord. I'm always available there to respond. Thank you guys so much for the recent support. I really truly appreciate every last one of you guys. We're not the biggest community, but I think we're a pretty wholesome one, and you know, take a lot of pride in that. I hope you guys are interested in some Hu Tao videos, because I might be releasing a couple of them. Especially, I see people are very curious as to, let's say, Hu Tao mechanics and combat. I don't want to over dwell on it, but I think I'll make one video just talking about nuances about Hu Tao for people who want to play, and we'll go from there. How's that? Day here videos are likely going to come in the future as well. So let's stay up to date with Day here as well. I think there's going to be a Genshin live stream in about 2 weeks time, right? I think the next Genshin live stream is going to be 2 weeks. I might do a Yelan video, but there's really nothing to say about Yelan when it comes to mechanics and stuff like that. It's just worth and evaluation. There's really even no new builds for her. It's still the same old. I might be able to make a video talking about her C1, depending on whether or not I can get an account to show you guys the difference between her C0 and C1. But as you guys saw, when I was running Yelan with Hu Tao, there was no problem, right? Especially with Xingqiu, I was getting her burst pretty much right off cooldown, almost right off cooldown. So uptime is more important than anything you guys would imagine in Genshin. Uptime comes before everything else. It doesn't matter your crit rate, crit damage substats. You guys should be optimizing your energy recharge substats for a character like Yelan and Xingqiu anyways. But I digress. Thank you guys so much. Go have some fun. Enjoy life. Till next time, urge you to stay safe. Peace. Bye.